Thompson, the left tackle, is not happy because Randall Cunningham took a shot from Bankston at the end of this play. Keep an eye on this. Watch the interception. See, that's the problem when you don't have many career interceptions. Oldham's in his 4th year. He has 2 interceptions. He's not used to seeing the ball in his face.
Beagles to Johnny Bailey. Takes off at the 16 and gets about 11 on the return. By Sikahama downfield. No, it was James Joseph on the tackle. 9:43 to go in the first half. And Dan Reeves. Bears have won 9 straight on opening day. It's the 2nd longest streak in NFL history. They'll go for number 10 today.
And I think this too shall pass, Jim. The Giants are a lot better team at this point than Dave Wanstad's Bears.
Burline is picked off by William Thomas. Burline makes the tackle at the 9.
Joe Bugle, just when you think things can't get much worse, here you go. Burline's overthrown a lot of them and gotten away with it so far, but he really overthrows more. And Thomas is right there. He just does get a little body block on Thomas and knock him down after that interception. Yeah, Joe Bugle's got to be thinking right now about getting out the old hook and going to whoever may be available right now, at least for a little while, to let Burline settle down, because this is an absolutely terrible start. I mean, a lot of it's not his fault, but it's a bad start for a quarterback who can really shake it.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. Cunningham, blocker in front, touchdown. There is a flag on the field.
Too bad there's a flag on that. That was a very well-designed play, kind of fun to watch, and a little altercation afterwards because Lorenzo Lynch took a little shot at Randall Cunningham's back.
No chance Phoenix was offsides, is there?
Well, I think you got enough guys in the white uniform saying they're offsides. Offside! Penalty is refused.
Touchdown. And Randall Cunningham, with that touchdown run of 9 yards, went over 4,000 yards rushing in his career, the first quarterback in NFL history to do so.
This is kind of the counter tray with a quarterback. They pull the backside guard, they pull the backside tackle, and, you know, Randall, I know your knee's feeling a lot better, but take your 6 points, get into the end zone, and score. I don't think you need to be hurdling. You can get hurt doing that stuff. Not that I know. I don't do a lot of hurdling.
I'd love to see it.
I hurdle over matchboxes. That's about it.
I'd like to see that. Ruzick makes it 14-0. It's kind of a karate kick into the end zone for Cunningham.
Call it what you want. I call it 6.
With Philadelphia leading 14-0, the Cardinals looking for a sudden jolt, and they may call on number 23 right now. He strapped the helmet on, Garrison Hurst.
Well, they need a jolt. They need something good to happen, whether it's a big play or a score. They definitely need a score, but they need a big play, something positive. But you don't get a young guy, you know, whether it's Hurst or anybody else running. The biggest thing they got to think of, you got to think ball. Hold on to that ball, because trying to make things happen, the guys are hitting you from funny directions, and the holes are closing faster than you've ever seen, and the guys are running faster around you than you've ever seen. You're going to put that rock on the ground.
Well, remember, Hurst did not even play in the preseason at all, so he'll be seeing his first action as a pro. And about the hardest hit he's taken this summer was a high five from his agent
as he was stepping out of the limo in Phoenix to sign his contract.
Exactly.
Well, so far, Phoenix has got 30 yards offense in 14 plays. So it's not a stretch to say they need a little shot and a little jolt.
Ruzick, another excellent kickoff through the end zone. And The Cardinals will begin at the 20. Garrison Hearst is indeed heading to the huddle for the Phoenix Cardinals. The third selection in the draft, the first non-quarterback after Bledsoe and Meyer, but the last of 224 draftees from April to sign.
And that 5'11" you see on the height, I think the 5'11" could be a tad bit of a stretch. He's more of the 5'9.5" in shoes, 5'10" kind of a person, but he's built a lot like Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. He's very strong downstairs, and he's got some serious guns on those arms.
Here he is, Hurst. Spins for 2. Seth Joyner tackled him.
The biggest problem for him in this game and in his career early on is going to be Hurst is going to be seeing holes just like he always saw holes in Georgia. He'll see a hole open up at this level. Instead of being open for a second, it's open for about a half a second to a quarter of a second. He's got to see that hole and hit it. There's no decision involved. It's got to be instinct.
Second down and 8. Oh, he slipped that time. Gain of only 2. Tim Harris on the tackle. Hurst, during his 6-week holdout, he said his mother kept him busy cutting the grass and raking the yard. He also had a daily running and lifting regimen over at the University of Georgia. By the way, Montana has thrown a touchdown pass for the Chiefs as they lead, and Young to Jerry Rice twice already for touchdowns.
They're up 17-0, and Detroit's up 24-0 on the Falcons right now.
14-0 here. Scores and highlights coming up at halftime. Berline to centers, and he breaks away for the first down. That was a third down play, 3rd and 6, and a gain of 12.
Well, that's a little victory for the Cardinals in Berline. It's something worked. They got their back in there that can catch the passes, and Larry Centers, their third down kind of guy, and he does something with it. Watch his spin right there. That's a nice move. He didn't quite get the block he might have anticipated before, but that's exactly what Larry Centers gives the Cardinals. He gives them a threat, not only in the flats. He's a receiver as a running back that can get down the middle of the field. Down, play action, fake to Hurst. Man is open. Oh, Gary Clark, one of the most sure-handed receivers in the NFL for almost a decade, dropped it at midfield, looking for his first catch as a Cardinal. If you have seen Gary Clark play much football, you have not seen him do this very often. Watch this. Even veterans get a little nervous. And even veterans make mistakes.
This veteran forecasted a win, in fact promised a win back home. Said, I guarantee a W and a pleasant plane trip home. 2nd and 10. Hurst, a loss of a yard. Andy Harmon grabbed him by the ankles.
I told you what, guarantee you one thing. Garrison Hearst said, you know, the veterans on my team aren't really giving me a bad time yet. They haven't had the chance to get to know me. They haven't had a chance to make me sing or do anything silly. The veterans of the Philadelphia Eagles defense so far have gotten to know Garrison pretty good because they've been with him in the backfield every time he's carried the ball.
3rd and 10. They take Hurst out. They bring Johnny Bailey into the backfield. Berline. That's a catch. Do they give him enough for the first down? It's Gary Clark. Clark had to come back for it. That's very close to the necessary yardage.
It's all a matter of a spot. Clark had to come back awfully far to get that ball. You know, there's frozen ropes and there's kind of like semi-frozen ropes. You know, when it's not quite frozen in the freezer. And